What's going on, guys? Welcome back to W.D.Y.D. CSP. What do you do as a central store processor? Guys, I am going back to basics in inspection and testing of scissors in the prep and pack side. So here's our basket of scissors that came out of Decon in a nice flat position, open position, just the way I like to see it. Again, my opinion only. So this is for them individuals who like reaching into the baskets and getting these scissors out to sort them. That's fine. I myself am a dumper. All right, guys. So I know a lot of you guys disagree with that, but I like to take my instruments in my basket and slide them out real nice and slow right there. Okay, turn my basket upside down. Okay, check it for cleanliness and place it to the side. I will use another instruments to kind of sort and spread that out a little bit. Okay, that way I can see everything in there, right? And then I go ahead and start sorting my instruments. So, guys, with scissors in prep and pack, our goal is to inspect for cleanliness, test for function, inspect for damage. It's to make sure that we are accurate when we're assembling our tray and place it into that tray nice and neat. I am going to go over the inspection and cleaning of scissors. Not the cleaning. No cleaning on the prep and pack side, guys. The inspection and testing of the scissors. So, guys, scissor anatomy, really quick, is you have your working end with the jaw, you have your box lock, you have your shaft, you have your rings. The majority of scissors, okay, there is the thumb scissors, that is. The majority of them are held together in union with a screw. Okay, that is your first inspection point, guys. You should be looking, that's a visual inspection, naked inspection right off the bat to make sure that that scissor has that screw, one, and two, that is not backing out from the scissor when you're manipulating, or it backed out during the cleaning process, whatever that may be. You want to inspect that scissor. All right, so naked eye. Other thing about scissors is scissors come in different platings as well. You have your gold handle, you have your black handle, and then you have your silver. Okay, so these two scissors right here are actually the same scissor. Okay, but this is a stainless steel silver regular common scissor, and this is a black handle super cut diamond cut scissor, one of the sharpest. The gold, again, is telling you that there's a tungsten carbide insert in the jaws, giving it a superior cut and a longer lasting edge on the scissor itself. So what are we inspecting here, guys? So when we're inspecting our scissors here, guys, and I'm going to use a little guy here, all right, we are inspecting for cleanliness. We are inspecting to make sure that the tips align, that when we close it, they're aligning. I can visually see that when I close this instrument, my tips are not aligning on there. Oops, sorry guys, I'm off camera. When I put these jaws together, I can visually see that those tips are not aligning. So that is a bad scissor right off the bat. But I still want to inspect for cleanliness. I still want to inspect to make sure that that screw isn't backing out on me, right? Okay, this is a micro instrument, and any instrument, grab your handy dandy magnifier, lighted magnifier, and go ahead and inspect for cleanliness. Look at that screw to make sure that there's no cracks or anything radiating from that scissor, right, from that screw. Okay, inspect all the shafting. Okay, this is a spring-loaded type scissor, so when you put it together, you want to make sure that that spring right there isn't breaking off or frail. All right, you're gonna check the grooves, because these thumb grooves can have some soil on there as well, right? So you want to inspect that to make sure that there's no soil or anything caked up on there. And then it's time to test the scissor. Now, I told you that right off the back, I can tell you that this scissor was bad. I saw that with the naked eye. I can confirm that with the magnifier there. I wish you guys can see that on the screen. Let me see. You probably can't. I can't magnify that for you guys. But the tips do not line up. So, how do we test our scissors? Well, we have several testing materials for our scissors. We have single ply tissue, double ply tissue. We have orange or red material. we have yellow or peach material, and then we have a towel. So the single ply tissue are used to test micro scissors. Okay, this is considered a micro scissor. This is considered a micro scissor. You're only testing the first third of the scissors. So the working end, I'm gonna use a larger instrument to show you. So this is the working end from the scissor tip, all right? From the very end of the scissor, right there, from the apex of it all the way to the tip is the working end of the scissor. So you're gonna divide that blade into 3. You're only testing the first third of the scissor because when surgeons use the scissor, they're not opening up the cut, they're nipping away at a tissue, right, from the tip. So right off the bat, one of the things I want to test with my scissors, and I was testing this spring one, so I can't use the same test, but for my thumb loaded ones is I want to do a drop test. Okay, you want to open your scissor up and drop it, and it should not clamp close on you. It shouldn't like drop all the way closed. Now I don't think I have a scissor that is that flimsy in here to show you that test fail. Unfortunately, I don't. But you want to open your jaw, and there should be some resistance there. All right. The next thing you want to do is open and close your scissor. Feel that friction. If there is a jagged edge, you're gonna feel it like it's gonna like stutter on you, right? This one has that jagged edge. So what material are we using here? So orange and red are for scissors that are 4.5 inches or larger. Yellow or peach are for scissors that are 4.5 inches or smaller. Now, I often get the question is, are we talking about 4.5 inches of jaw length or 4.5 inches of instrumentation? Now that one is where judgment comes into play, because some instruments like this one here are very long, but the jaw is small. But I wouldn't test this with a 4.5 inch or smaller. I would actually test this with a 4.5 inches or small or larger. You have to be familiar with what the instrument is being used for in surgery. So again, you're testing the first third of the scissor. You're getting a cut and pull, cut and pull. All right. A good way to test your scissors is to not thumb it the way I did, is to actually palm it. Open your scissor up and grab it with your palm. Go ahead and cut and pull. Open it back up, cut and pull. Reason being is because you don't create force, lateral force or downward force with cutting the scissor, and you can really tell how sharp a scissor is. But for those micro scissors, again, you want to use a little tissue paper and you want to do the same exact test. Okay, first it is scissor, cut and pull, cut and pull. You shouldn't feel any snagging, and this is what a snag looks like. So when you grab your scissor and you go ahead and go for that cut, that's what a snagging scissor looks like. It will not cut it and it snags on the material. All right, so if you're properly testing this scissor, you will feel that snag. Lastly, guys, I want to cover, what are we using a towel for? There's only one scissor that I'm aware of that we would use a towel with for testing, and that's the Lister bandage scissor. We are doing the exact same test, and this is a flimsy one. So this is going to actually fail the testing, but you're going to do the same exact thing. Tip and pull, and there's your snag, guys. Tip and pull, and there's your snag. So this scissor obviously fails the cut and would be out for repairs. Guys, I hope I answered some questions and covered all my bases on this. As always, guys, stay true to yourselves. Keep it 100. Continue educating yourselves. And as always, peace.